The smell that hits you every single time you turn on your car AC is not stale air. It is mold growing on a metal component hidden behind your dashboard called the evaporator core. Every car with air conditioning has one. And every evaporator collects moisture, traps organic debris, and becomes a breeding ground for fungus. A study published in the journal Air Quality, Atmosphere, and Health tested 35 vehicles at random. They found Staphylococcus bacteria, Aspergillus fungus, and penicillium mold colonies growing inside the air conditioning systems of nearly every car tested. Some of those organisms are classified as risk group 2 biohazards, meaning they can cause disease in humans. You are not smelling something old when you turn on the vents. You are breathing active mold spores being blown directly into your lungs through the dashboard. And the auto service industry charges you between $150 and $300 to spray a $12 can of foam at it for 5 minutes. A powder that costs less than $1 eliminates it permanently. They knew. They always knew. But a $1 fix cannot generate recurring revenue. And what cannot generate recurring revenue must be buried. This is the story of the cheapest car repair on Earth, and the billion-dollar industry that prays you never learn it. Welcome to Forbidden Camping. If you're not subscribed yet, hit subscribe and the bell. This is where we dig up what the auto industry buried. In 1939, the Packard Motor Car Company unveiled something revolutionary at the National Automobile Show in Chicago, the first factory-installed air conditioning system ever fitted to a production automobile. The unit was manufactured by Bishop and Babcock in Cleveland, Ohio. It occupied half the trunk space, weighed over 100 pounds, and cost $274. That is roughly $5,800 adjusted for inflation today. There was no thermostat, no temperature control. To turn it off, you had to physically stop the car and disconnect the compressor belt under the hood. Between 1939 and 1942, Packard sold just 1,500 of these units before discontinuing the option entirely. The technology was primitive, expensive, and wildly impractical, but the core mechanism, the evaporator coil, was already there from day one. Cold refrigerant running through metal fins, pulling heat and moisture from the cabin air. That moisture was supposed to drain out through a small rubber tube under the car, but engineers knew even then that dust, pollen, and organic particles from the air would stick to those wet metal surfaces. Dark, warm, permanently damp, sealed inside a metal box with no airflow when the engine is off. It was the perfect incubator for biological growth. In 1954, Nash Motors introduced the first fully integrated dashboard-mounted air conditioning system they called the All-Weather Eye. By 1969, more than half of all American cars had factory air conditioning. Today, 99% of new vehicles sold worldwide come with AC as standard equipment. That means there are roughly 280 million registered vehicles on American roads right now, and virtually every single one of them has an evaporator core sitting in a sealed dark box behind the dashboard collecting moisture every time the AC runs. The German Association of Engineers, known as the VDI, published a guideline on air hygiene in vehicles. Their chairman stated publicly that every third passenger car on the road is marginally or heavily contaminated with mold, bacteria, and fungal growth inside the ventilation system. 1 in 3 cars, not old cars, not neglected cars, every third car on the road. In 2004, researchers at the Institute of Medicine found that exposure to mold causes coughing, wheezing, and respiratory irritation even in otherwise healthy people. The National Institutes of Health went further. They found that prolonged exposure to mold spores can increase the risk of developing asthma, particularly in children. Your child sitting in the back seat breathing through those vents is inhaling the same biological contamination found in water-damaged buildings. And here's the part that should make you furious. This video is just the surface. I've collected everything the auto industry does not want you to know. All in the complete Forbidden Camping Vault, the Forbidden Firecraft Manual, with techniques that military survival units used and that are now classified as dangerous. The Lost Rations, cookbook with preservation methods that work without coolers and without power, the complete off-grid blueprint for building systems, the utility companies pray you never discover, the 72-hour blackout checklist with every protocol emergency agencies deleted from public access, and much more. Over 10 guides in one place, no fluff, straight to the point. The link is in the description. But stay here. The video is just getting started. The evaporator core sits inside a sealed housing unit called the HVS box, mounted directly behind your dashboard. When the AC compressor activates, liquid refrigerant flows through the evaporator fins at extremely low temperatures. The blower motor pulls warm cabin air across those cold fins. The temperature difference causes water vapor in the air to condense on the metal surface, exactly like water forming on a cold glass on a humid summer day. This condensate is supposed to drain through a small rubber hose that exits under the vehicle. That puddle of water you sometimes see under your parked car in summer is evaporator condensation draining normally. But here is the engineering flaw that nobody talks about. Every molecule of air that passes through the system carries microscopic particles with it. Dust, pollen, skin cells, fabric fibers, food particles, pet dander. These particles land on the wet evaporator fins and stick. The HVAC box is sealed, dark, and warm. When you turn off the engine, the blower stops, airflow ceases, and the evaporator sits wet in complete darkness for hours, sometimes days. Mold colonies begin forming within 48 hours of sustained moisture in enclosed environments. The Centers for Disease Control confirms that mold thrives in exactly these conditions: persistent moisture, darkness, organic matter, and zero airflow. Once established, the mold and bacteria release spores and volatile organic compounds into the air. Every time you start your car and turn on the AC, the blower fan pushes air across this contaminated surface and directly through the vents into your face. You're not smelling something stale. You are inhaling active biological growth that has been fermenting behind your dashboard for months. The researchers in the air quality study identified species from the Aspergillus and Penicillium genera on the evaporator surfaces. Aspergillus fumigatus alone is responsible for over 200,000 invasive infections worldwide every year. And it was living inside the ventilation systems of ordinary passenger cars, driven by ordinary families. The cabin air filter, which is supposed to catch these particles before they reach the evaporator, clogs within months. Once saturated with moisture, the filter itself becomes a secondary breeding ground for bacteria. The German VDI guideline specifically warns that a contaminated cabin filter creates a dangerous, greasy film on the windshield interior that increases accident risk by reducing visibility. Your car is not just making you sick, it is making you less safe behind the wheel. And the industry response to all of this is a $200 service visit that sprays the same chemical a janitor uses on a bathroom floor. If you have made it this far, you already know more about what is inside your car vents than 99% of drivers on the road. Subscribe and share this with someone who deserves to stop breathing mold every morning on the way to work. And remember, everything the industry buried is in the complete Forbidden Camping Vault, link in the description. Now stay with me, because the next part is the one they really do not want you to hear. The United States automotive repair and maintenance industry generates over $75 billion per year domestically. Globally, that number exceeds $800 billion. The average American spends nearly $400 per year on repair and maintenance services alone. And one of the most profitable upsells in any dealership service department is the AC system cleaning. Here is how the operation works. You bring your car in for a routine oil change. The service advisor, who Edmunds revealed is essentially a commissioned salesman, not a mechanic, walks over with a clipboard. He tells you that your AC system needs servicing. He calls it a climate control treatment or an evaporator decontamination. The name changes depending on the dealership, but the script is always the same. He quotes you between $150 and $300 for the service. What actually happens in the shop takes less than 5 minutes. A technician removes the cabin air filter, sprays a can of disinfectant foam into the system, lets it sit for a few minutes, and puts the filter back. The wholesale cost of that can of foam is between $8 and $15. That is a markup of over 2,000% for 5 minutes of labor and a $12 aerosol can. A former dealership service manager told Edmunds directly that the fundamental incentives built into the system were dishonest. He said they wanted him to sell more, to recommend service that was not needed, and to overcharge for the work being done. He could not do it anymore, so he left the industry entirely. The cabin air filter replacement is another masterpiece of dealer profit engineering. The dealer charges between $50 and $100 to replace a filter that costs $8 to $15 online. The installation takes 30 seconds. You open the glove box, release 2 clips, pull out the old filter, slide in the new one. That is it. The manufacturer recommends replacing it once per year under normal driving conditions. The dealer recommends every 6 months to double the number of service visits. This is not maintenance, this is manufacturer dependency. You cannot patent an evaporator cleaning method that uses baking soda. You cannot create a subscription model around a powder that costs pennies. You cannot build recurring revenue when the customer discovers the solution costs less than a cup of coffee. The entire auto service upsell model depends on one thing: your ignorance. The moment you learn what is actually happening inside that sealed box behind your dashboard, their $200 service visit evaporates like the condensation it pretends to clean. Here is what you do. Go to any grocery store or dollar store and buy a box of baking soda and a bottle of 3% hydrogen peroxide. Total cost, under $1. Dissolve 2 tablespoons of baking soda into a spray bottle filled with warm water. Add a 1/4 cup of hydrogen peroxide. The baking soda neutralizes the acidic byproducts of mold and bacteria colonies. The hydrogen peroxide kills the organisms on contact through oxidation. Now, locate the cabin air filter on your vehicle. On most cars, it is behind the glove box. Open the glove box, press in the side clips, and let it drop. You will see the filter housing. Pull the old filter straight out. Look at it. If your car is more than a year old, you will see a layer of gray or black debris that will genuinely shock you. That is what has been filtering the air you breathe, or rather, failing to filter it. With the filter removed, you now have direct access to the blower motor and the top of the evaporator core. Spray the baking soda and peroxide solution generously into the opening. Let the solution drip down onto the evaporator fins below. Now start the engine and turn the AC to its lowest fan setting with the windows open. Let the blower circulate the solution through the system for 15 to 20 minutes. Then switch to the highest fan setting for 5 additional minutes to flush the loosened debris. The dissolved mold and grime will drain out through the evaporator drain tube underneath your car. You will see dark, discolored water pooling on the ground beneath the vehicle. That is months or years of biological contamination leaving your ventilation system. Install a new cabin air filter, which you bought online for $10, and close the glove box. Total time, under 15 minutes. Total cost, under $2. Total savings compared to the dealer between $148 and $398. To prevent the mold from ever returning, adopt one simple habit. For the last 2 minutes of every drive, turn off the AC compressor but leave the fan running on high. This blows warm, dry air across the evaporator and dries the metal fins before you park. A dry evaporator cannot grow mold. Most drivers turn off the engine with the AC still running, which seals the wet evaporator inside a dark box overnight. That is exactly what the mold needs to colonize. The manufacturer owner manual actually recommends this drying procedure, but no dealer will tell you that because a moldy evaporator is a $200 service visit every single year. I need to be honest with you. This method works on the vast majority of vehicles, but if your evaporator drain tube is physically clogged with debris, you may need to clear it first. The drain tube exits under the car on the passenger side, and a simple piece of flexible wire pushed gently into the opening will clear any blockage. If the mold contamination is extremely severe and has been building for many years, a single treatment may not fully eliminate all growth. Repeat the process once a month for 3 months and the system will be restored. The auto service industry makes billions from AC-related services that any car owner can perform at home for less than $1. The manufacturers designed the evaporator to collect moisture from day one, and they knew mold would grow. Whirlpool already added antimicrobial coatings to their washing machine gaskets because they admitted the mold problem exists in moisture-collecting appliances. The auto industry has not done the same because a moldy evaporator is not a defect. It is a revenue stream. $200 per visit, once or twice a year, multiplied by 280 million vehicles on American roads. That is not an accident. That is a business model. $1 of powder ends that cycle permanently. This knowledge did not disappear. It was waiting for someone to open the vault. If this video changed how you think about the air inside your car, subscribe and share it. Every share preserves what the service industry tried to bury. The next vault opens soon, and what the industry hid this time is even worse.